you see it? Here we go. It's live.
Corey Polly.
So Corey, we live. We live right now. And we're gonna let some people come in. For all these dog lovers that love Old Yeller, Lassie, Cane Corsals, Rottweilers, Dutch Shepherds, German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, Taverns, Lincoln Wild Groendales, Beagles, Labrador Retrievers, Bullies. No matter what it is you say you have, you love your dog, and giant schnauzers. Come on in here. Dog training is dog training. No matter what the dog is. We got Corey Polly, a dog breeder and trainer, just like myself. And we're gonna have a little dog talk. We're gonna bring in Jesse K9 later on. And so y'all feel on up in the room. So let me tell you what they've been saying. They've been asking me to talk about. We were talking the other day, and he said, Vanguard, you got to talk about the tools, man, how to properly use tools. A lot of people talk about tools, e-collars, but they don't know. And so I said to myself, thank you, thank you, my friend, for the Cash App. We have Corey Polly on the line. And so let me tell you what I was talking about. So here's my thing when it comes to becoming a master of your craft. And you got to think about what I'm saying when I say this. A lot of people get sloppy. And they don't understand the importance of being creative and premeditating what you're going to do with your dog before you get out here and train. Like, for instance, the reason why you have some of these dogs, you ever have a dog, you say, oh man, he listened to me so well, and then you have these other dogs that you say are a little harder. Now, first, let's say the dog that's harder could be harder to control obedience-wise, could be a hard dog, yes. But, you know, dogs that really listen to you and believe anything you say, it's because you have been a great manipulator to manipulate this dog. He hasn't learned that the leash is connected to his neck. You know, when dogs learn, because we get sloppy, that leash is on his neck, and that's his only connection from freedom. Then you get dogs that become unruly a little bit. They're not always well behaved when they know they're at a distance and you can't get them. When you can't control yourself as a master dog trainer, you get back over here. Dogs know you more than a dude who hates you next door. Yeah, dogs hate you. Dogs watch you. They know your behaviors, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling mad. They know everything about you because they watch you all the time. They're watching your body language and they're listening to tones.
Yes.
And dog trainers become sloppy. Get over here! Instead of get over here, you know, the same tone all the time. And, you know, you're chasing after this dog once or twice. You couldn't refrain yourself, your emotions, and you ran at him. I never do that. That's why I always have them long lines. When a puppy's small, he's dragging the long lines. I step on it, and I'm watching the dog. I'm already saying to myself, I'm finna step on it, and right when it get to the end, I'm gonna say no. So I'm gonna step on the line, and right when it get to the end and get ready to pop his neck, no.
Conditioning.
He don't know it's me. He thinks it's my voice because the ultimate goal is to make the dog believe that your voice can bring a good feeling and it can bring that what we call a bad feeling. When your body's
Your
eat,
words gotta be magical.
say it again.
I said those you essentially need the words to be magical to the dog.
Yeah, your words need to be magical. Now, let me tell you this. When you begin to take your dog training to the next level, like from basic to intermediate, from intermediate to in between to advanced, you got to remember when you start getting ready to use e-collars on these dogs, you got to know how to use the e-collar. To me, the most important thing to teach a dog when you're training your dog is to come when you call it. If you can teach a dog to come at a long distance, stop what he's doing, no matter what, the rest of that stuff will fall in sync.
Training done right, or you run the dog.
Right. Now, a lot of people get mad with the dog and run in the house and slap a pinch collar on the dog's neck, or get mad with the dog. I'm gonna teach you a lesson, and put the e-collar on, and they immediately use it. Right there is when you just ruined all of your magic. All of your magic had just been ruined because you want that dog to wear that e-collar for a while before you ever actually use it. Because dogs are not stupid. He knows when that extra weight is on his neck. You put that collar on his neck, and you go to using it immediately. And some dogs, you'll see they begin to watch your hand. You start bringing the treat too much from this hand. The treat sometimes got to come from the left, from the right, from behind the back. He don't know which hand finna bring it out, spit it out your mouth. All of a sudden, he do something, the treat look like it just flew out the sky. That's why you see these guys when they're doing searching with these dogs. They put them in a sit and stand behind him, and all of a sudden, the bag come. Some dogs, you see them look back. They be looking back, not actually looking for their owner, but they done learned that they think that when they look back a little bit, the ball come because the timing was off, or they eventually saw the guy throw the ball. That e-collar, you should let your dog wear it without the prongs on it for a week. Till the dog think that's his normal collar. You have to refrain yourself from being emotional when you train these dogs. You can't let your anger make you do things that will be harmful to your training, like regular people do. Get out my garbage can. Hey, the dog in the garbage can. Get up, walk slowly in there, move the garbage can, pick the dog up, take the dog and rub the dog, take the dog, put the dog where you need to put him to restrain him, and then clean it up. Otherwise, if he's going to do that, don't have that in his way.
I like to say this all the time. Anger assassinates authority in any situation.
You're correct. Samurai Kennels, I'd like to thank you for your cash out. You're one of the guys that, you're one of those people that keep this show going. My guy Pelican is in the house. Pelican Bay Kennels. Pelican Bay is in Carolinas. He has American Pit Bull Terriers and Belgian Malinois. He has a program up there where he trained dogs religiously, and a show. If you guys have not seen the Pelican Bay show, make sure he'll probably drop a link on here on the chat line, and you guys can step in sometime and watch it. It's very interesting to learn about different breeds, and to sometimes go there. He may have Belgian Malinois or Dutch Shepherd's dog that he's bred off his own personal dogs, exhibiting obedience and protection training skills. They are exhibiting them there on that show. But as I was saying, you guys have to learn how to control yourself when you're training a dog, and you definitely have to be tricky because what you want to do is let this dog grow up thinking that whatever you say, if you say search, it's something else and something good he finna get for doing it. They know if you got. Sometimes dogs learn you got treats in your pocket because they smell it. They smell it on your fingers and your fingernails. I try to be creative in putting the cooked food, the hot dogs in zip bags. Let the air out of it, close it up. I have these jackets look like the fisherman jacket. What you call those jackets, y'all guys up in the country, you country boys, well, with all the pockets, the vest.
Put some squirrels in there, man.
Put some squirrels. Man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all wear them religiously. Don't try to hold back from us knowing about them. You talking about put some squirrels in your pocket. Well, the jacket got about 15, 10, 5, 9, 10 pockets all across the top, the middle, the bottom, inside. I mean, you can put reward tugs in there, toys, treats. It don't necessarily always have to be food for dogs, but you want to fool these dogs, man. You don't want the dog to know, to anticipate what you gonna do. He gotta feel like it didn't. Even with the treats, man, my treats are mixed up. It ain't the same dog. My dogs they get fed they dog food from my hand, not necessarily in a bowl. So, I got hot dogs. I got sausage. Very seldom I use raw meat because it's bloody and it'll smell quite awful if you leave it in there and you don't wash the jacket all the time or wash your hands. But there's different jackpots, and my German Shepherd had gotten to a point where I could tell he used to try to be doing his nose, and you'll see it when you're doing a down with some puppies. You ever take a puppy, have him in the sit, and you get ready to go down, he's sniffing your hand, and he don't want to go down because he don't smell nothing there. See, that's when you take that hand down, and all of a sudden when he follow it down and get ready to come back up, you say no, and you do it again and go down fast, and he go down, and the other hand make the reward jump out and fly the ball or whatever. So you have to learn to outsmart the fox. Outsmart the fox. You have to learn to be patient. And a master becomes a master because we learn how to control our very own emotions, and that's very hard to do when you have these dogs. Because people used to yelling at them, let me kick on his ass a little bit. Let me do this and that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You get sloppy, and your dog, he gonna see it. And it's gonna show up in your training. It's gonna take a minute for him to not know. You know, if you look at some of these sports dogs that are high top competitors and they're winning, some of these guys, a lot of them dogs ain't running around in their house, they in a kennel. And they take them out when it's time to train. They already premeditated what they gonna do with their crew, how to shape this dog. They have a program, they running that program. And so, that's how these guys get these top competitive competing dogs. They got these dogs in the kennel. They take them out when it's time to work. When they ain't working, they lock them back up so they don't have to yell and scream at them all day long. They ain't got no freedom learning all this other foolishness that don't have nothing to do with what they're gonna be doing as far as working on the field. And you have to do that. And so, to be a master of your craft is not necessarily saying that you were a great, you know everything about methods to train dogs, all the methods in the world, but it's about learning to be patient and controlling your self emotions. And when you can do that, you're gonna find different methods anyway. You're gonna sit on the brick and say, you know what, how can I get this dog to do this? That's what's gonna make you a master. That's what's gonna make you the best.
It's usually with that you gain love because if you don't, so a lot of people that be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and they try their dog training and they ain't their love.
Right.
So you gotta be able to control your emotions. You gotta be tough to this dog training is not nothing easy, but it can be.
What kind of dogs you out there training today, man? Probably up there. And tell them where you from again. I always like to say you from Tennessee, but you told me you're right in Kentucky. You crossed the Kentucky line, but what? It don't matter what part of Kentucky, I guess. But he right across the line.
Yeah, we were here in Kentucky, man. And lately, I've been working with the Dutch Shepherd and Vanguard, but a Dutch Shepherd and then I got some American bullies I've been training for the show this weekend.
Tell them about these bullies. Tell us about these bullies. What made you get into bullies? What you doing with the bullies? Where you go with the bullies? How the bully game is? We don't know nothing about it. Tell us working guys, because it's kind of hard for a guy like me and the working dogs to get into bullies. So tell me what the bully craze is all about.
You gotta have a lot of patience with these dogs and do your research before you get the breed, honestly. And even if you don't show, get out to some shows just to watch and see how stuff go and see what people are looking for. And also, you're gonna see what's correct and not correct. And with the bullies, I mean, I like them. I really love the Dutch Shepherd though, but I love the bullies as well. They're not very great with house-wise, but unless you train them right. But also, I like them because any kids can come up with them and touch them. I mean, it's a different variety of breeds and types, I should say, breed types of the American Bully. But yeah, like I said, if you want to get into the American Bully community, start following some pages and get out there and go to some shows.
What pages to follow? What is your page?
I honestly don't. I don't have a page. I got a page on YouTube though. Trap Art Canine. That I do.
Say it again. Trap Art. Is it Trap? Now my man is an artiste, y'all. I have not yet got my Vanguard picture of my dog, Quattro or Kodak or me, but Trap Art Canine, right? Is that a K in a 9 or a CANINE?
Just a dash on the K9. So it's Trap Art K9.
So Trap Art, TRAPARTK-9 on YouTube. That's his channel. My guy got 2 dogs from us, from 2 different breedings. So he got some Vanguardian puppies over there. And
yes, they will be on the way.
They're older dogs. They're like a year and something. They're pretty tough. And he got a female off of She Devil and Kodak, and he has a male out of the Kodak Anchor breeding. And he said they're ferocious.
Oh yeah.
So why are these guys in bullies? Why is there so much money in it? What is it? I don't get it.
Honestly, it's a bunch of hype. I mean, you got some dogs that's tight, but it's a lot of times it's a bunch of hype, man. You got some people that come out here and they get these dogs together and how can I put it? The most limited dog, you know what I mean? People want to use that dog, just to say that, hey, my dog just won this, you know what I mean? Or my dog, you know what I mean? It's a bunch of that too, also. But when you go to the show, man, you see some nice dogs, you know what I mean? And then people see the money that's coming in, but they not realizing.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to tell you what Eli Monster said. Now Eli like me. Eli said that the bullies are the abomination of the breed. Now, when you and the only reason I'm agreeing because I'm listening to you, right? But I still ain't heard shit about why these bullies are so great.
Well, you asked about the money. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah, I know it's the money, but I'm saying what?
Essentially, it's different types of people, so you got different types of stuff. Say like with my dogs, I love the looks of them. I like going to the shows and competing. But people ask me all the time, say, "What do the dogs do?" I say they don't do nothing. They don't. I mean, some people they'll get the bigger breed, the bigger style dog, like a nice standard or a classic or an XL. You know what I mean? They work them and do protection, but the smaller dogs, hey, there's nothing you can do with them.
No, Eli, we're not. No, Eli, we are not a game dog chat. We're game dogs, but these are not game dogs. Two dogs out battling each other. We breed working dogs. We're breeding all types of dogs from different breeds. As long as they do something, we don't care if it's a game bred dog. But what we're talking about are dogs that are working and how to shape behaviors with dogs. Some guys got pit bulls, some got cane corsos, some got giant schnauzers, some have Dobermans, some guys have Labradors, Irish Shetlands. They're trying to teach their dogs to go out into the water and search on top of the water for human scent. Some people making them bring dumbbells in, training them for hunting. Some guys are teaching their dog to find explosives in lockers, under cars, and buses. Some guys are teaching their dogs to find narcotics. Some guys like myself love to make dogs find U.S. currency and track people that can be useful for finding older people who are sick with Alzheimer's, kids or someone who could be kidnapped, raped, dumped into wood sites in your town. We're training dogs to protect our lives, our property, our person. And here on this channel, we talk about how to shape those behaviors, how to become great dog trainers. Even guys with game bred dogs, or some of these guys are still training their dogs to come here, sit, stay down, not just a dog to be on a chain and dumb him down and take him off the chain and put him in a box and put him on somebody. A lot of people actually want to make their dog be their friend. If you want to make a better dog, no matter what you're doing, you need to build a relationship with your dog. In order to have a great game dog, you got to be able to talk to him, and he got to know what you're talking about. If you got him on the chain and you only go get him the time you take him to a show and you telling him stuff, he don't know what you're talking about because you don't have a relationship with your dog. And that's what will separate you from the next competitor, is because of the relationship that you have with your dog. And a lot of people be like, that's bullshit. It means nothing to me. But but the truth is, it means everything in the world. You have to have a relationship, because guess what?
That dog got to be able to trust you and think ain't nothing nobody can do anything to him. You know, hey,
He got to believe that everything you say, he got to just know you there.
Yeah.
He'll keep going, because working dogs and game dogs are the same dog. It's the willing and the desire to keep going. Where in game dogs may have dogs that can have, because see, bull breeds can take a lot more pain. Their threshold is a lot more higher, if that's the right way to describe it, where dogs that are not bred to keep going back, which we call game, can't take inflict a lot of pain. But you look at these Dutch Shepherds that I have. You know, we put game dog in them. We got game dogs on top of Belgian Malinois and Dutch Shepherds, and some people putting German Shepherds and Akitas and other dogs in. But the game dog, to get the high prey, the threshold of pain. So when you send a dog into a man come in your house and hit your dog across the head with a stick, he'll continue to fight. Now, we're not talking about the show dogs, FCI, AKC paper dogs. And although some people may have papers, which is fine, but we're talking about where you got a badass dog that we thought was a killer. And I said, you know what? Now in game dog world, I said I want to put that shit on my dog. Now that's a cur. But to me, he gonna make my shepherd dog that's smart. When I sick him on somebody and you kick him 3 times, the regular shepherd might holler. Now I got that game dog in him. He not gonna stop. Now I wish I can. If I had a clip of Yargo Del Carmen, a man and his dog on Instagram. He has 2 dogs. No, he has a pack of dogs, a family of dogs. That's out of a dog named Boomer. Now, Boomer is an inbred boomerang dog. And this dog is a boomerang dog that's bred also to some red boy stuff, some Barracuda Mayday type Jarella John Jocko stuff. And that dog is he goes out and train those dogs. He traveled the world. He's been with those grassroots guys training up in Canada. These pit bulls are small game dogs, but they're doing the discipline of protection sport, and they look damn good at it, doing it. In fact, before I got Dutch Shepherds, I was training American Pit Bull Terriers. And they were finding narcotics just like these dogs doing the same thing. I'm out on the trails doing the same thing. I took that same thing and put that in my Dutch Shepherds some years ago. Although today they're not up close, but I have that game dog stuff in some of those dogs that I bred in the back for a background. If you look at the Dutch Shepherds you have from me, it's something different about them. They killers. A man gotta kill them to stop them. So a working dog does the same thing. He wants to hunt a man, where a game bulldog wants to hunt a dog. We abolish. Now herding dogs want man and dog. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. A herding dog want to fight. A herding dog want to fight another dog and a man. But we try to abolish that dog thing out of their head. But it's free range when they're in the yard in that defense with a strange dog. They're gonna do that regardless. But a working dog, we normally the herding dog, we abolish that want to attack a dog, and we redirect that towards humans. In game dogs, they say, "Oh, that's a cur that bite a man." I know a lot of game dogs that'll bite a man, especially all them Eli dogs, them Bullet Son dogs. They'll bite a man. You get some hot dogs, and you start playing high prey drive dogs like the Bolio dogs, real high prey drive. They put them dogs inside a lot of these Dutch Shepherds and Malinois overseas. The European guys in Europe, Holland, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Belgium, them guys put game dogs inside of these Dutch Shepherds and then paper them up and tell you that they something else. Now, we don't like no American Bulldog. No, I ain't gonna say they ain't gonna bite, because I done seen some of them bite you, but I don't like the American Bulldog. I like the game bred dog inside my Dutch Shepherds.
Yeah.
I like that Bolio stuff because it want to work and it's smart. That's what I want inside mine. I don't want no Bullet Son, no Eli. I don't need no short, small squatters, long body, big chest. I ain't trying to change the structure of no shepherd looking dog. I just want the working ability inside the dog. You know, that's what I want in them. If you don't get out here and train every day and you don't love dogs, then it's just like any other body in every dog game. If you don't really love bullets, then you ain't going to be in bullets long. You don't love Yorkies, you ain't going to be in Yorkies long. If you don't love these dogs, you ain't going to be in the game long. Don't let this game be a fly-by-night for you guys. Some of us live in the lifestyle, and some of you guys just got in and got a dog and want to learn how to train. Now, I say your first dog, he just a format of fuck-ups. Because you're going to be listening to me. Say it again. A template. Yeah. A template. That's a good way to put it, Corey. A template. Because you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to Pelican Bay. You're going to listen to Twain Marley. You're gonna be listening to everybody around the world. Some of us got our same way almost, but a little different. You got guys on here. I mean, I ain't scared to tell you. I like a lot of guys on here that train dogs. I definitely love the guy in Europe. He don't have a lot of stuff online because he sells DVDs. Um, what's the guy? Let me tell you some of my guys I like. Let me go on Facebook. Well, let me go on YouTube, on a different part of YouTube, and I can tell you some of the guys that I like because I got everybody channel on here, and I just look at them. I just like watching. It's not that I feel I know everything in the world, and that's why I watch other people. You got K9 Shield. He's in Canada. I don't see nothing wrong with what he do. He's just a guy living the lifestyle. He loves German Shepherds. He got a few Dutch Shepherds. He has a kennel, a business. He's talking about shaping behaviors with the dog. Some of them look good.
Looking for an easy way to
Some
get
of them
that
just
LC.
all right. So that's a great channel to go to and watch. It's another guy named Sonny on there I watch every now and then. I really want to figure out. I look at K9 TV. I definitely go on there. Dick Stahl. Dick Stahl is
I've been watching
what?
a lot of Vanguard TV.
Yeah, I'm Vanguard K9 TV. I love Dick Stahl, but Dick Stahl don't show you how I'm giving away the game for free. Dick Stahl, them guys getting paid. So I only try to get paid by selling puppies, selling K9 equipment. Y'all know I sell bite sleeves. I sell tug
I'm
toys.
telling you right now, the dogs love to bite that shit.
Yeah.
Love to bite it.
Well, you know, before Reese died, Reese said, he said, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, and he was my friend. He said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I support your business and I buy stuff from you, but yeah, I go online and I buy stuff from other people. I ain't just buying from you. He said, but they stuff look all pretty and da. He said, but the dogs really don't want to bite those sleeves I buy offline. He said those sleeves have to be bit by dogs who already know how to bite and be broken in, and it has to get that smell and slob and all be kind of soft. He said, but your sleeves, you put it down there, they automatically want to grab it.
Yep. They go for puppies too. They ain't never even know nothing about nobody. Man, I'm telling you. When I tell you them dogs love to bite that, I don't know how you make them, but anytime I get somebody ask me about some sleeves, I immediately point them to you. And not just being biased, I'm just saying that either. This shit is proven. Dogs love to bite that shit, and they go for any of the other, even my little bully puppies. They trying to bite it.
But you know, I picked equipment. I go into the fabrication shops. The sales. It's not a fabrication. It's a fabric shop, but they call it it's almost like a fabric. It's like a mill, and they have thousands of material. For, all kinds, all colors. None of them are actually like what you're looking for. But I go in there and I feel on this stuff. I pull on it. I play with it right there, and then I buy a few yards of it, and I buy a few yards of this. The only sad part is some of it comes, and then you never get it again, and then you have to go to a new fabric. If you look at some of that blue fabric that I was using, it was actually a stretch fabric. It was like those stretch pants that all the young kids went to, and they pants stretch. And so it's almost soft as a sock. So when the dogs grab it, and it's like the puppy can squeeze his mouth closed. Where you get a bigger equipment, the dog can't close his mouth, so he don't want to put his mouth on it. What dog's gonna bite it? Game dogs, pit bulls, yeah, they might bite it if it ain't that soft. Some of these Malinois that's an ex Malinois with other stuff in it. But some dogs that don't really want to bite, it's not going to be encouraging if you don't get the right material. and some of the other materials I have, it's a tweed, but it's not a real tight tweed like the Dunlap type sack stuff that you see online. But that stuff is sprayed and it's real hard. Yeah, they spraying that stuff, and it's real hard to get it to last. Cause let me tell you about that Dunlap type of tweed. It'll dry rot on you, and it'll just turn into dust. That's why I say they spraying it to make it last like that. And it'll turn into dust, especially if it goes through the weather in the sun, the spring, the winter, the summer, the fall, and really not even being used. So that's why I don't really like it. So I use a different type of tweed that has that, but it has a synthetic fabric in it, and cotton fabric. And so yeah, I picked that out because I ain't trying to sell just to sell no sleeve to y'all. I'm trying to make some shit for my dogs so they bite at 4 weeks old so I can look good on video. And I just happen to take the same fabric and then make sleeves and offer it to sell to you guys because I done bought so much of it. Now, if y'all looking for puppy sleeve, go ahead, brother. What you say?
No, I said it's crazy how the sleeve allows you. It's almost like it's promoting a good bite every time because once you get them teeth sunk in, you can feel the pressure, but you can't feel it come through. But to them, it feels like it's coming through.
Yeah, it makes.
It's almost like, oh, it's an armor, and I got to get that, but I can just almost.
Right. It seems too real to them. Yeah. Pelican Bay, when you got to send some boys from y'all, I'm about to send you some pictures, Pelican Bay, of my bite sleeve so you can advertise it on your site over there. I make tug toys. I have scented balls, leg sleeves, arm sleeves, hidden sleeves. I can just make just about anything here. That's what we do. I don't buy it, and you don't have to ask me, do I have any? I always got it because we have the equipment in here, and we got plenty of material. So as soon as you guys call, you tell us how old your dog is, what stage of training you are in. I put the sleeve together right then. Trust me, you ain't never got to ask me, do I got one? No, whoever watching this video, you ain't never got to ask me, do I got a sleeve? I think I made yours while you was on your way here. Yeah, so when you start talking about see how running in 30 minutes, I have one put together.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna tell you this. When I came down here, it wasn't even about all the videos I've been watching over years. You showed me why I need to
man. Hey, Eli said game dogs was never meant to be aggressive towards humans. I gotta tell you something. Okay. It's going to be something very contradicting you need to hear. Because when you have guys like you'll say Kobe and them say they abolished dogs that were aggressive towards humans. But do you know how many old time American Pit Bull Terrier guys, you go to their house and they got them dogs that bite people? That's some bullshit that they tell you. They got dogs that bite because they don't need you coming to their house, jumping their fence, stealing their dogs. They don't want overly aggressive dogs that are deep in civil drives. You got to understand the levels of aggression in a dog's mind. Dogs that are one owner dogs that hate people no matter what. Sure, if he get loose, he gonna jump on, he gonna bite a human. I don't care if he in a room with another dog and some other people, he gonna bite everybody. My dog Neros was one of the most known well dogs back in the 80s and when I was in 90s, when I was into those dogs years ago, and he was a man eater. And he would kill a human and or a dog in less than 30 seconds, and everybody will tell you that. He was a man eater. But he was dangerous after he ran somebody's dog off. You damn sure wasn't going to. Everybody had to run because, boy, when he was looking for his next victim after that. Even me, I was a part of it. He just lose his mind. That dog he was 6 months old. He jumped on a dog a grand champion named to this day is a bloodline grand champion. Let me see what that dog's name is. He's the son of Weirdo. Rising Stars Rhino. Grand champion Rhino. Oh man, my 6-month-old puppy, that dog Nero, ran him down the street one day.
Hey, Nero's,
I
man.
named my pit bull after that dog. Yeah. Yeah, Nero's is Voodoo's champion Voodoo's daddy. Man eater. He's a true man eater. I taught him to attack people, and he would attack it. Because he was a game bred dog. He hated dogs and he hated people. What my point of telling you that was not to promote any dog fighting in any kind of manner, but is to tell you that you can shape the behavior of a dog. You build upon that, and you can direct his energy towards anything: the sleeve, the ball, the tug, a man, a tree, a car, tires hanging on the thing. It's the same game. Guys are so it makes you mad. What's a better word for saying ignorant? Let's just say we are lacking knowledge on how to shape. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you gotta know, man. It's about shaping the behaviors in dogs. You can train a dog to do anything. My dog Nero's, the reason he was so dangerous was he wanted to grab a man's throat. He didn't want to grab my Dutch Shepherd Nero. He didn't want to grab a man's arm or leg. He would, because I walk and put him up on it. But if I had him on a leash, a long line, and stepped back and gave the leash a little slack, he was going to transfer so fast into your face and grab your neck and try to kill you. The Nero's, the pit bull, was the same way. If he saw a dog or a man, I don't care what you say. I don't care how great of a dog you talk about, pound for pound. Man, that dog gonna run in there and grab that dog by the throat. He'd be dead in 30 seconds. Because he knew what to do. Not a dog you got to put in all these obstacles and all this other stuff. When you take a dog and have him spar with a man every night, like Nero's, we would come late at night, like this time of night, we'd be on the phone talking like how all of us are right now. And I'd be like, come on, y'all, let's go. Everybody down here say all of y'all lived in Jacksonville. I'd be like, hey, y'all, let's meet down here at the paw and keep your dog in the car, in the kennel, with your windows rolled up so the dog don't smell nobody and hear nobody. And we're going to walk way down here to the end. They're going to bring one dog, and everybody going to get up in the tree, and we're going to have one guy standing there with soup. Y'all stand back and watch, and everybody don't make no noise, just watch. And we'll come in the park, and we'll let the dog go, just like sparring. How you talking about rolling a puppy? And the guy just lay there, and he crawling away from the dog, not towards the dog. He crawl. And you just fight the dog, and we got stuff laying there for him to do. He just lay there. And we put the dog in the position we want. So this dog sparring with a man every night. He done did this every day of his life for 2-3 years. What the hell you think he gonna do? We ain't talking about a guy come out there on the field, crack a whip, and he stand there and let him bite his arm, and then as soon as you get the sleeve, you slip it and walk away, and everybody pet the dog. We talking about painting pictures. We paint the picture, and when he come in the park, this guy jumped from behind the tree. His hair stand up on the back, from his tail to the top of his head. Now you take that emotion. You see what I'm saying? You take that emotion, and you build upon that emotion. Not his prey. His killer, his aggression, his defense, his civil drive. And you don't push him back. You don't go towards him. The man always going away from him, giving him the confidence that he can be the man. And let him spar with a man in them emotions. And never ever let him get hurt. And now you do that for 3 years and see what if a dog, you don't put him all these different spots on a man. You done did it different kind of ways in a house, in a room. You at nighttime, you just letting them just get on the man. Oh, you just letting them get him. But you keeping the dog restrained from doing what he want to do. One day that dog gonna find a soft spot in that suit, and then he gonna find your hands, and he gonna start going to the shoes and the ankle. After a while, this dog gonna start doing all kind of stuff. You start putting on hidden sleeves and wearing regular clothes. He gonna start coming off them spots and start moving around, transferring to this and that. One day he gonna shoot off in the nuts just like a game dog. Yeah. One time for High Key Lee in the house.
Thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah. One time for Brandon Blue. Where does the blue come from in your shepherds? Brandon. Let's do some investigating. Let's see who Brandon is. Let's see kind of shit Brandon trying to find out about us. See who he gonna take this information to. Let's see, can we find Brandon on Facebook? We need to know who we talking to. Right here asking them questions about the sauce. Well, I took a blue dog named Quattro. He was the double-bred son of Weebo. King Quattro. He was a double-bred son of Weebo, and he was a gray with stripes. Then I had a blue female that came from Canada named Blue Isis. Her daddy was a blue Dutch Shepherd and German Shepherd. No, a blue Malinois, and I think German Shepherd, in my opinion. But they said he was Malinois. And the mother was a German Shepherd and Dutch Shepherd, and she was blue, in my opinion. But they said she was a Dutch Shepherd. So a Malinois that was blue and a Dutch Shepherd that was blue produced that purple female I had. Now, all those different dogs that I'm talking about, probably in that dog, that mixed up a trait. Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd, Malinois, whatever in it. And it produced that purple female. I took that female and bred it to that blue male, Quattro. Then I bred Quattro to his uncle's daughter, which is his dad, brother, Weebo, and Carlos Van Voss PH1 Metloff. I line bred him to his uncle's, so that's his first cousin. Then line bred those dogs off of those two breedings to come up with a double bred grandson of King Quattro, and the grandmothers being Blue Isis and the other one being Spirit, which was the daughter of his uncle, which was his first cousin. Had a quarter of Arco Kicker in there. And so those dogs produce what you see in my blues. But what I did do was, normally when you breed dogs and you get an alley gene, you only get one or two. I started line breeding, keeping the oddball, that one alley gene, and then for generations, every dog that I bred was those dogs. But I trained them to make sure that they work instead of saying we're going for colors, because you can't say they show dogs, because these working dogs produce that dog. So I trained them and I bred them, and then here you go, 5, 6, 7 generations, 4, 5 generations of purples, blues, shade, different variations, and that's where it came from. It came because I kept the blue dogs and I kept putting them together. I kept putting the alley together and made the progressive gene a dominant gene. So now, when you look back, everybody on the pedigree was purple. Everybody blue. 4 generations at least. I take and breed, and I'm staying within a family of dogs. I'm not crossing my dog. I'm not taking a red boy dog and breeding it to a Jeep Boomerang Rascal. I'm taking a red boy dog and I'm taking Bailey's Bingo and breeding it to his sister, son off of their granddaddy. I'm breeding the granddaddy back to the sister. I'm taking the puppy off that, breeding it back to the uncle. And the puppy off that, breeding it back to the other brother, bred to their aunt. Bred to something else. I'm not crossing my line out. Cause it ain't broke. Don't fix it. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to be like these other guys online. I'm not trying to follow what they saying is the rules. I don't care if nobody buys a dog or they don't. I'm breeding dogs for myself. And what happens is you guys begin to witness the attributes and the great traits and seeing that they're genetically sound and all the things they told us about line breeding dogs are not true. And I said to myself, how can you not line breed a dog? They take the guys who breeding thoroughbred horses, line breeding them. They're not going to take secretary and breed it to some stallion out of Africa.
Because they want those same attributes. It's similar like and the dog will pull that back from its ancestry. What to do?
That's right.
What to do. That's why I tell people all the time. Them dogs, they know what to do. Even if that dog ain't got a name, man, I got a dog from Vanguard, and I'm not lying to y'all. My dog ain't had no name. That dog, literally, shaping behavior with that dog was so easy because it already had it in it. You know what?
You know they bred Africans like that. You know us as black people. What you think motherfucker was?
Yeah, literally. That's why I don't like that term because if you really honestly know what that means, there was a stable, but he would have to breed to his mother because he was small and big and worked hard. His back and breeding him back to his mother. Who worked him.
That's right. They breed him back to his mama and blindfold him, and he didn't even know half of y'all that's in America that were born in America that came from generations of people that lived in America came from ex-slaves who are the offsprings of slaves, and half of y'all are bred that way because when they abolished. Yeah, because when they abolished slavery and couldn't bring no more slaves from Africa, now all of us didn't come from Africa, because half of us was already here, some of us, and they can tell us we wouldn't. But when they couldn't bring back slaves from Africa anymore, and it was illegal to do that, they started their own breeding program right here in America. All you runaways, they didn't want that in their bloodline. All the humbles, they took that and bred that together. Line breeding, making a dockside humble, resilient, hard worker with good teeth in his mouth, good health. Even themselves, most of the European people, the kings and queens, they're a bloodline. Go back and look at the great-great-grandson of the Roman soldier Caesar, and you'll see that his son on this side, son was bred to his daughter, bred to another king, and then took that daughter and bred it to another king, which was then bred back to one of his, which also his off of his side, and then bred it to the last king of that kingdom. They're bred like that. A lot. Why you say they want to keep the royal family, the bloodline pure? Go right now on Google, and I want one of y'all to go on Google right now, and I want you to put up what's the last King Charles? King Charles, that was the last king we had before his sons them sitting there, right? And I want you to type bloodline. And them flags they're going to have on there going to represent the house of this or the house of that. And I want y'all to click on the descendants. Right here when it Wilkespedia come up, I want y'all to pull it down where it say marriage and prodigy. I want you to look at his name and look at who he married. And you click on it and read about who her daddy and mama was. I want you to look at the whole thing when y'all get a chance. And y'all gonna be freaked out when you find out that all of them are a line of incest. What you would call incest or line breeding. They keep it pure. These dogs are bred that same way.
Mm-hmm.
The garbage dogs are the scatterbred dogs. You can cross something pure to something pure and get you a battle cross, just like with any line, half and half, but you got to go back to one side eventually. You don't want to keep, like I see they doing bulldogs today. They got 20 lines. Eli Red Boy Jeep to Red Boy Kobe, Man, that scatterbred crap, I don't know what they done to these dogs. Oh, man, they done ruined them.
That's why you see so many variations of it.
Right. Right. Well, you right about that. Boy, I'm telling you. I want you guys to tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about dogs a little bit more.
Shout out Big A Impala, Caprice Nation.
Shout out to all you guys who stepped in tonight. Hey, man, don't be afraid to come support my channel and sharing it with others around the world. Cash App us at $ULYSEEMUFFJR. It's how we, that's what inspires to come on here and talk about dogs. Talk about dog training. You guys can give us subjects. We come over here and talk about how we do it. We're going to find out how to, eventually I need to figure out how to bring another face up on here on this video, how 2 or 3 of us can be on here. They doing it everywhere else. I need to figure that out. But yeah, man. Right now I have some dogs for sale. I got puppies. I got some blues, some purples. I got traditional colors. We really need your support. We got a little bit more than we had. It's time. We try to keep the lights on and keep dog food coming. So I need you guys to support me. If you want to get a dog and you're watching this video today, I'm willing to give any of you guys a fair, just price to keep it going, man. So that when others come along one day and they see these videos, they be like, man, I wonder if these guys and dogs, man, I want to get me a good dog. We'll be here. Like I say, y'all check out my boy Corey Polly. We talk about dogs all the time. He came down here and got him too. We're going to have dogs up there in Kentucky, Tennessee, Atlanta, Chicago, Virginia, all them surrounding areas, North Carolina, up there in Greenville, all you guys that's close by. You ain't going to have to drive that far. You just drive right up there to the county line of Tennessee and say, "Hooray, Polly, Polly, Polly. Hooray, Polly, Polly, Polly." And this little short little guy with some boots on gonna come out one of the mountains with 2 puppies on his arm, hold him like titties. Hold him like he holding a pair of triple D's in his hand. He's gonna say, "Which one you want, buddy? One on the right, one on the left." One time again from all the guys who stepped in tonight. Samurai, Pelican Bay, Brandon, Big A Impala, Caprice Nation, up there in New York City. No, they ain't no New York City, that's NC. He one of them Kakalaki boys. Kakalaki, North Carolina, what's good? 910, Twan Marley. Everybody, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm looking up here. That's all I really see. They stepped in on this tune in. Yeah, and Eli must have ran out of the house. They made him jump the pit with his pit bull, and he disappeared. Yeah, Big A and Priest. Yes, sir. You said North Carolina. Okay. Well, hey, boy, all the good dogs, all the red boys started up there in North Carolina. Coco Beware, shout out to you, too.
That's my page right there, Coco Beware.
Oh, okay, y'all. That's my man page, y'all. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all sit. I don't care if it's $2. Make sure y'all get on that Cash App and hit us at $ULYSEEMUFFJR.
Hey,
We
go ahead and
appreciate
drop that in the comments, man, so they can be able to see it.
it. Okay.
I'm gonna send something just to. Hey, somebody said what time tomorrow? Right about this time too.
Yeah, we'll be on here the same time tomorrow, man. We're gonna do this every day till the lights run out. The lights will be off in about. We trying to keep the lights on. So that's the Cash App right there. If the light, we gonna do this for 30. We got 30 days till they cut the lights off. So we gonna do this for 30 days. You need a good Dutch Shepherd? Call me right now. I'm gonna put you in the game. Normally I sell them $25, $35. I'm give you one right now for $1,500. Y'all want a good German Shepherd? Call me. I got queso. I'm about to give y'all queso. Y'all want queso? Call me up. Say, man, look, I want that German Shepherd queso. Call me. I'll meet you at the county line. Yo, you come right here and take a walk with me. If you seen all the videos, I put a lot of work into him. Good dog. I got some blues. I got some purples. I got some traditions. I got some champagne. Anything you need. And until the next video, happy training and peace out to you, to all y'all boys for showing love.
Much love, much love, much love.
Peace, and I'll talk to you, Corey.